Now, we see school as a sanctuary to voice our opinions. But what happens when these opinions start getting controversial?
It's a great question, Nadia. The Alberta government has a new development plan that will monitor exactly how post-secondary schools protect the freedom of speech on campus. Our Shania Fausto joins us live from the hallways of NAIT with more on that story.
Thanks, guys. A few days ago, the Alberta government announced they will be requiring free speech reports from post-secondary institutions, indicating their efforts in strengthening the freedom of speech of their students. Now, this can be tied to the recent incident that happened at the University of Lethbridge that is garnering a lot of attention from people right now. The U of L students protested against former Professor Frances Widdowson to have a space for her speech about anti-wokeism. Over 2,500 students signed a petition to cancel the speech. The Advanced Education Minister says that the incident is not exactly the reason for the free speech reporting initiative.
One of the other important mandates, if you will, of a place of higher learning is to be a place where different ideas can be debated and discussed.
The minister says that they're still developing how the report cards will look like. He intends to talk to stakeholders to plan how the new initiative can be effective without putting unnecessary rules to post-secondary institutions.
We have to not just collect data for the sake of having data, but actually collect data that will be meaningful and will be able to help us drive the kinds of behavior and the kind of atmosphere we want.
The report cards will complement a previous requirement that all 26 publicly funded post-secondary schools either adopt the Chicago principles on free expression or develop their own policy.
Universities as institutions would not be able to do justice to their mission without some version of freedom of expression. Hopefully that is a very strong one.
In a news release, the United Conservative government says that it is committed to ensure that freedom is made stronger on campuses.
So far, I've had great experiences. Everyone can express themselves in a safe and controlled debates or environment. So that's my experience, and I don't know if they could do anything better. It's been quite well.
The Advanced Education Minister says that this new initiative will help monitor if institutions are adhering to the standards of free speech policies here in Alberta.
Shania, I'm curious, will the government also require NAIT to participate in the free speech reports?
Well, Nadia actually spoke to the VP Academic at NAITSA, and she mentioned that she hasn't heard much detail about the reports, but she thinks that NAIT will follow suit since the government is requiring all post-secondary schools. So it looks like we're headed into that direction.
So what are some of the details that we do know about the free speech reporting for right now?
Well, actually, Adrian, there's a couple. The Advanced Education Minister says that these reports will be made public so that Albertans have access to these reports. These reports will also be required annually since the minister says he wants it to be less time-consuming for the schools as well. And so far, that's what we have. They will continue to develop it, but for now, there's no final date on when it will be in effect.
Well, thank you, Shania. That's Shania Fausto reporting live from our news center tonight.